Well, here we go. Let's start out with the AFC game, the title game. And in Buffalo, they were calling it the world against the Bills. Buffalo trying to make it to the Super Bowl for the 4th straight year. No team in NFL history has ever done that before. But the world was rooting against the Bills. They've seen them get worse and worse and worse in each Super Bowl appearance. And this time, the world included the Kansas City Chiefs and their all-world quarterback, Joe Montana. He ain't no ordinary Joe. Could he get into his 5th Super Bowl? Jim Kelly early on looking for Pete Metzelaars. Charles Mincy makes the play. Albert Lewis and Andre Reed blanket on the Bills' first drive. And Kenneth Davis, no, forget it, Martin Bayless makes the play. The Chiefs open that defensive effort, continued from last week. Marvin Levy trying to warm up. Kelly goes long, and this started to soften things up. Nice pass to Reed down the left sideline.
Yeah, the key to this route initially is Andre Reed's release at the line of scrimmage. There you see him get outside of Pickens. Great concentration on the football and a great job of tapping his feet inbound.
And at the other end, look how Jim Kelly looked down the middle of the field, Tommy, then comes back out to Reed. Also, if a quarterback has enough time to throw that football, he will complete passes.
Well, then he has enough time to hand the ball at the Thurman Thomas, and he's in there. Touchdown, Bills lead it 7-0 first quarter. 12-yard run for Thurman Thomas. We told you on game day to look for him early and often. Then Montana fakes the handoff, and on play action, there's plenty of time here. Willie Davis can't make the play and takes a stick from Henry Jones. Montana this time feels the pressure. Number 97, Cornelius Bennett, and the dump is behind Marcus Allen. And then the Chiefs try another short pass, but Darryl Talley played a big game, bats the ball away. So let's try to run it with Marcus Allen. He bolts up the middle. Look at the move he puts on Kelso, and he goes for 24 yards. So with the run working, let's go pass. But Montana buys time, ball tip. Look at the catch by Keith Cash for 11 yards. Maybe the worm is turning. Marcus Allen for 7 down to the 6. Then on the ground, Bruce Smith nails Allen, doesn't wrap him up, but slows him down for Maddox and company. 3rd and 10, 10th play of the drive. The dump to Allen, it's incomplete. Marty Schottenheimer settles for Nick Lowry, field goal at 7-3 Bills. Russell Copeland gets the ensuing kickoff. And he takes it to the 21. Benny Thompson makes the hit, and the Chiefs recover the fumble. Could this turn it around?
Benny Thompson brings a lot of emotion to the Chiefs special teams. There, a hit helmet right on the football, pops it out, Chiefs recover.
Chiefs trying to make the Bills pay. Joe looking for the end zone to J.J. Beast of Burton, but he can't come up with it in the left side. Then 3rd and 9. Montana to Burton. Nate Odoms almost has the pick. Chiefs settle for a field goal at 7-6 late in the first quarter.
Boom. The Bills are in a 2-deep zone. There are the 2 safeties that are deep. There's a corner up there. There's a corner down here. There's a square in the middle. The circle gets the square. Now you got to try the completion. There, Joe goes back in the pocket. He looks at the circle. He looks at the square. He throws the ball. It's nowhere.
Charlie Weaver and Walt Corey for the block. Is that what you're telling me, Joe?
Right.
I think so. Rough beginning for Joe Montana, who started slowly in the other 2 Chief playoff games. But not a rough beginning for Thurman Thomas. On the delay counter, look at him go up the middle, past Kevin Ross. He rumbles for 33 yards, Tom.
Yeah, offensive line of the Buffalo Bills, a great job all day creating small seams for Thurman Thomas. Here, watch Ballard, number 75, right there, shield the linebacker off, get Thurman Thomas through the hole, and it didn't matter all day whether it was Thurman Thomas or whether it was Kenneth Davis. Here again, you see the pin block right there, the huge hole, Kenneth Davis with a nice game.
So on the second quarter drive, it's Thomas from the free touchdown. No one touches him, 14-6 Bills. Let's see, let me write this down. Stop Thurman Thomas. So what do? You take Derek Thomas, one of your best playmakers, and leave him on the sidelines. While Derek watches, Thurman squeezes for 5. Thurman running up the middle behind center, Kent Hull. And Derek Thomas still on the sidelines. They need big plays through the Chiefs. Thurman gets some more yards, trying 11. Sets up a Steve Christie field goal, rebounded from last week's tough game to have a good one, 17-6. Even Jim Kelly says, Thurman, I can do that. 20-6 Bills with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. And then Joe, here's the drive that will get the Chiefs back in the game. Montana to Willie Davis. Montana, mission impossible to Todd Barbara McNair. And he turns it upfield for 31 yards. Chiefs looking for the touch, they'll pull him within 7. It's to Kimball Anders. But it's intercepted by Henry Jones. Kimball Anders, be nimble, he wasn't quick. And so the Chiefs were on the short end of the stick. 20-6 Buffalo at the half. Second half, Bruce Smith, Bills defense decide it's their time. The pressure on Montana. Complete to Keith Cash, but Joe goes down, Joe.
Oh, didn't he go down? What happens when Bill Smith, Jeff Wright, Bruce Smith, Jeff Wright, Phil Hansen hits you? You get a headache. That's exactly what Joe got. He said everything went white. Then it went out. Now he wonders, am I in Kansas City?
That'll be the end of Joe playing today. Dave Craig came in as he did a couple of weeks ago, and he looked good. He hit Cash on a 4th down play, and the 90-yard drive is completed on a Marcus Allen touchdown. Hey, 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Schottenheimer's Chiefs have pulled it within 20-13. After a field goal makes it 23-13. Too much Thurman. 1st down. Too much Thurman. 8 yards. Too much Thurman. His 3rd touchdown. Again untouched. The Bills win it 30-13. Jim Kelly, 2 games in the playoffs, no picks. You see he's combined for over 400 yards. Bills D. Sike, and the man of the hour, Thurman Thomas, his first 100-yard game in the playoffs since the Kansas City game in 1991. The Buffalo Bills remain undefeated at Rich Stadium in the playoffs, and they go back to the Super Bowl as AFC champs for the 4th straight year, dousing the Kansas City Chiefs 30-13. R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Because no one mentioned the Buffalo Bills. That's all we would hear was seeing the USA Today or local papers that they want to see Joe Montana and the 49ers, or Joe Montana and the Dallas Cowboys, and we felt we had something to go out there and prove.
I still don't remember much about the play. I remember right after it, just that my head hurt, and everything went white for a couple seconds, and then I had, there was a real sharp pain in my head. I couldn't seem to get a grip on the ball and throwing the ball, and there were times I had guys open, I just couldn't get the ball to them.
We've done something no other team has done, but we're not happy. We're not happy until we win it.
First of all, a couple numbers on Thurman Thomas. 186 yards today, the 4th best ever in a championship game. Keith Lincoln, 206 for the Chargers and 63. Thurman now the 4th back over 1,000 yards in postseason rushing. He has the 2nd most touchdowns, 14. Franco Harris is 17. The Buffalo Bills, the Rasputins of the NFL. You can't kill them. You can't poison them. You can't put sugar in their gas tank. You can't take the wheels off the car. And you know what? They're made of brass, not paper mache, Joe.
You know something else, Boom? America is in denial right now. They did not want the Buffalo Bills in another Super Bowl. Well, tough, you got them. The Buffalo Bills are the best team in the AFC. They have been the best team in the AFC, and all indications are they're going to be the best team in the AFC. But the truth is they got some help from Kansas City today. Kansas City just couldn't hold on to the football all afternoon. When they had opportunities to make plays, they couldn't. Here's Joe to J.J. Bird, just goes off his fingertips. Now before the half, Joe hits Kimball out of his hands, into Jones's hands. That was a score at the end of the half that would have put him so close. As it turns out, they were so far away. When you get down 20-6 at halftime, Tej, there's no catching up.
Yeah, and on the other side of the football, the Buffalo Bills did very little wrong. The offensive line did a tremendous job. Jim Kelly talked about getting the extra second to throw the football, just as he did against the Raiders last week. Not only did the offensive line give him the extra second to throw the football, here, take a look at the perfect pocket that he gets, the delivery of the ball to Brooks, but they also complemented the running game for Thurman Thomas, creating the seams all day for him to scoot through, and he did a great job of putting the head down when there was just a little bit of a crease, getting the ball down the field. And what an addition John Fina has been to this lineup. How would you replace Will Wolford? Well, you get a Fina.
Yeah, well, they tried a touchdown pass to him as well. Well, this Bills team, are they as good as the other Bills teams that have gone to the Super Bowl? Obviously, they win it, you'll say they are. I'm not sure. But they're by far and away the most mature team. Yes. They're by far and away the most focused Bills team. Maybe this will mean the difference as they try in the Super Bowl for the 4th time. And I'll tell you, there was a difference today in what the Bills did against the Chiefs. And we go inside the numbers. You look at Kansas City, their first couple of times in the playoff games against Pittsburgh and against Houston. Total yards rushing against the Chiefs, 136. That's in 2 games. And they had 12 sacks, 9 last week. Today, they had 229 yards rushed against, most of them Thurman Thomas, and they registered no sacks. Offensive line indeed.